entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the communities saved through the Youth College Scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. Email at info@youthfulsavings.com or call 646-504-7164. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Alexadra Bello Productions presents Artistic Times Radio with Alexadra Bello, covering art events, museums, festivals, and music. We have interviews of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more. Learn about South Florida happenings and discover art firsthand while enjoying red carpets, fashion shows, and press conferences from the hand of our host, Alexadra Bello. Tune in on WNN 1470 every Tuesday night at 7:30 and on my website, ABP TV. Now, it's about to get artistic in here.
Hello, everyone. Another week of greatness and craziness, and we are all happy to be alive and artistic. Tonight, we have Kenneth Reese, and you can call him Kenny Reese. He's an amazing and talented artist. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Very, very good. So, tell the audience a little bit about yourself. I know I met you at a networking event last year, and you are an amazing artist. He's actually a collage artist, but he used to be a painter, and he was at the Tattoo Mania Expo just this weekend. So we're going to talk about a lot of interesting stuff. So let's start with you.
Me? Let's see. Well, I'm from Chicago. I'm Puerto Rican. I grew up doing artwork. I was a graffiti artist, actually. And growing up, so I was a little
That is
rough
very
running,
interesting.
Yes, I was running, I was a big fan of Beach Street growing up.
Yes.
And I was convinced I was Ramo, except for the train track part. But, and I ended up moving to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
My life had taken a little bit of a change, and I ended up here in South Florida in Pompano Beach. And
so tell me a little bit about this graffiti artist. I mean, did you ever go to school, or you're just like born talented?
I don't know if I guess I was born with it, but it was the thrill of it. None of it was learned in school. I went, was hanging around with my friends. They did graffiti. They taught me how to do it, how to write and practice, and and then from there it was off to the trains with spray paint and a backpack.
Awesome. How old were you when you started?
Oh man!
And tell me a little bit about the process.
I was actually very, very young. I was probably around like 9 or 10.
Ooh.
We were already out there. But it was Chicago. It was a different time. We played outside. We went running around. So, somebody handed us a spray can or marker. Believe me, we were marking something up, and that's how it started.
Good.
And so I went from there. And would learn like different styles and different ways of writing, and a lot of it had to do with we were in wars. I was in a tagging crew, and so our tagging crew was in like a war with another crew, and it wasn't like a fighting war. It was it was on the walls. It was who can be up the most and who can you write their name upside down, and to flip them to basically say, hey, we got you. And that's how I started off with the graffiti part of it. And then when I moved down here, I continued. But I did it more on paper. I was doing book bags, and I started slowly, making money off of it, drawing people's names for them. No, can you draw my name so I can put it in a frame? And I would do it that way. And I started doing that. I actually got most artistic in my Deerfield Beach High School yearbook and took a picture. My picture is with a spray can.
That's awesome.
Hey,
that is your
cool.
signature.
It worked, you know.
That is the beginning of everything. So you got to be grateful to that.
Yes.
When you guys did graffiti art, did you just focus on names and words, or did you focus on something else?
No, we did characters. Well, we all had a name. I had a tag name, and then we had a tagging crew. So our name would go up with the tagging crew. And then if we were doing like a piece or like a mural, then we would do characters, do colors, you know, designs inside the letters, things like that. Just like you would see on a movie. That's what we were doing.
That is awesome.
So it was a lot of fun. And, you know, I don't recommend it, you know, but it was a lot of fun.
Hey, you know what? All the cities should allocate some spaces for people just to come and express themselves.
Yes, I agree.
With brushes, with spray paint, with all of that. Because it's better to have people just focusing on creating beautiful things that you can look at. Yeah. Whether they are modern or they're punk or they're hype or whatever it is, yeah. You know, it's better than having them planning like a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. You know, it's funny because I remember, you know, riding the trains with my mom and my dad and stuff. You know, we would go down if we were going down to a Sox game or something. I would see on the rooftops from, you know, we had the elevated trains. Mm-hmm. So on the rooftop, we'd see all the rooftops, and there would be so many murals up there. So it was like, you're bored on the train. You have an art gallery right there before you. And that's what I felt like. Wow, I didn't feel like I felt like the law was wrong for it being illegal. I felt like, man, they should allow us to do it because, look, it's beautiful. You know, the artwork is beautiful.
Exactly. That's why Wynwood Walls exists.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's controlled still, and they're trying to do that. I got to go to Delray Beach and check that out because they got something like that going on.
Oh, I didn't know. I know Delray has a nice art center and section and everything. I'm slowly starting to venture out to all that stuff because it's funny with MagChop. I didn't start off in art galleries, in art shows. I didn't start off that way.
Well, tell me a little bit about MagChop. MagChop is your company. You can actually find it, people, on magchop.com, and you can go to Facebook and go to MagChop Art, and you will find Kenneth and his services and everything that comes along with it. Yes. Tell me a little bit about your business.
Well, it started off about a year and a half ago. I lost my mother, and it was a very difficult time. She was my best friend. I bought my house 4 houses down from her just to be close to her.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, so it was we were very tight, and when she passed away, I fell into like a bit of a depression. It was becoming very deep, and I wanted to express myself in the way that I always did, was art. However, I found that I couldn't draw anymore.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't figure out why or how. I just couldn't draw anymore. So I had made this one piece called First Impression, and it was actually the only piece that my mother got to see. And the reason I made it 5 years earlier was because I wanted something in my house that basically said, you know, who I was. It gave it a depiction of me. Mm-hmm. And so I put together this collage, and I hung it up. And it was just mine. I didn't think anybody would like them. I didn't, you know. So when she passed away and I realized I couldn't draw anymore, I said, you know what, I'm going to make another one of these. And I started making them. But they take a long time to make. They take between 3 and 7 months.
Wow.
You know, and so I'm working on them throughout. A lot of it's staring. I'm sitting there staring at it like, you
know. What is missing?
What's
like
going to go
finding
next?
What's
you know,
missing.
Right. I mean, most of the time I have kind of an idea of what I want. So then it turns to sifting through magazines to find it, to find the image that goes or is close enough to the idea in my head. And that's how I came up with the name MagChop, because I started chopping up magazines.
That is so creative.
Thank you.
And nobody has that name, I betcha.
I
so
checked.
You can even trademark it and everything.
Yes, so well, it's in patent pending stuff or whatever, the TM, and then I got to put the R after it gets approved. And
UPSTO or something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've done the what I refer to as the ghetto patent, where I send it to myself.
Yeah. Oh, that thing. No, you got to trademark it, man.
Yes, no, I have an attorney that works for MagChop that's working on that. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, that's the way I did it, just so, you know, nobody could steal my logo.
Exactly.
And that's how MagChop started. And so I started.
What is MagChop about? Like, if people contact you, what can they get?
Well, now let me tell you, it's evolved. Originally, it was just about only my artwork. And then, of course, I got involved with the networking events where I met you at, and I can never thank you enough.
Oh,
you know, it was such a blessing meeting you. And
blessing meeting you too.
Thank you. And so what ended up happening was I got asked to be a part of some movies. You know, a movie that was being made. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it or.
You're involved in movies.
Yeah, so
nobody knows the titles. Movies.
Okay, so there was a film they needed a logo made for.
Awesome.
And I made the logo, and it went really well.
And it was beautiful. I happened to see the logo. It was awesome.
And I was really proud of it. I was like, hey, so I've been drawing a little bit more. I started drawing. I got invited to do to speak at a youth conference called End It in Port St. Lucie. And they needed me to teach an art class. And I was so nervous because I hadn't drawn in so long that I was like, I don't know, I'm going to do this. And I got in front of the class and I said, listen, I haven't drawn in a long time, so we're going to learn together today. And I drew a character, and I had the kids drawing characters, and it went really well. And I was able to, you know, basically tell them about, you know, changing their life and using their talent to channel it to something positive.
Yeah.
And so from there on, I started doing a lot more artwork and started drawing again. And now I'm working on two possible novel covers. I'm doing design for Rahab Productions, their logo. It's on their website, so I know I can say it.
So you do logo design,
yes,
book covers.
Book covers. I can do movie posters. I can do logos for art scenes. If you need, you know, whatever pretty much anybody needs, I can do it. And if I can't personally do it, I do have other artists on staff now that can do it.
That is awesome.
It's really been.
So you're
growing.
an art director. I mean, for those people who don't know what an art director is, if you have an event and you need a poster, this art director is going to select the clip art. Let me say clip art so you understand what I'm talking about. Bring it together and then see, like, move it to the right, you know,
yes,
until it looks pleasantly, you know, until it's pleasant enough that people would actually get hooked on looking at it and then say, let me find out more about that event,
yes,
or that movie or things like that.
Yes, that's the way it worked out. So now I'm working also with Breathless Performance. So I'm doing the memorabilia for Ernie Francis Jr., which is the youngest kid to win the Trans Am championship. So this racing circuit's been around since 1966, and he won it last year at 16 years old. So now I have his memorabilia. So I have a lot of different avenues that MagChop has branched off to, which has really been great. It's been great for the company, and and then of course being involved with Tattoo Mania. That was huge.
Yes, of course. The thing is that art is everywhere.
Yes.
Art is in every product you buy, whether it's like industrial art, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Or something. But if they have a logo, if they have a cover, that is art right there, and that's going to either hook you and catch your attention, or it's not. It's not going to do anything for you.
We're surrounded by artwork. Just the architecture of the buildings we look at, that's art. The music that we hear, that's art. The photography, that's art.
Yep.
So we're just surrounded by it, and there's so many different mediums. So it's how somebody might be saying, oh, well, I can't do collage art, and I'm looking at them and I'm going, well, I couldn't take a picture that looked like that.
Now tell me a little bit about collage art, because I get with all these corporations and all these like trademarks and how they own the picture.
Yes.
And all that stuff, I am sure there's a lot of people out there that get confused about that. How you can create something new, and I guess you can protect it under the copyright law, but
Yes.
it has pictures or images from something else.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
How it works is that artists are covered because of the fact that I'm not using a certain image in the same format that they were presenting it in. Okay. So, like, let's say I have a piece with the Michelin Man on it. Everybody knows Michelin tires. Everybody knows the Michelin Man. Michelin's very strict about their character. However, I'm not doing anything with tires. He's in the piece, and he happens to be pointing at something in the piece. So he becomes now part of the bigger picture. So it's not a focus on him. It's a focus on the piece. And therefore, you're covered legally. Nobody can really come after you.
And you can sell that piece of
Yes.
work, which is the interesting part about it, because it takes so much time. You need to
Yes.
charge for it.
Oh, yeah. And it's not cheap. But the process and the quality, I wanted to come out with something that was very, very high quality. And that's why I wanted people, so when they look at it and they come home, they're looking at something with extreme clarity, something with good quality, something of a decent size, and something that can really bring a room to life.
And you can put something together from your own mind, using your hands, like just draw. You can
Yes.
draw something out of, from scratch.
Yes.
And just,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Did you
So-
start drawing again?
I did.
Or you're in the process?
I'm in the process still, but yes, I am drawing again now. So I'm going to start coming out with some new pieces that are going to be my own artwork, which is I'm really excited about. when I say my own artwork,
Well,
like mine drawn, mine.
share it, and I'll share it forward. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. You're listening to Artistic Times with Alexandra Bello. Call into the show at 888-565-1470 and join us on the red carpet as Alexandra interviews and informs at WNN 1470 and ABP TV. Now, back to our show.
And we are back. I want to remind you that if you want to get on the air with us, you can just call 888-565-1470. You can actually see me live on WNN1470am.com, or you can go to alexandrabelloproductions.com and go to the little radio section. We have the Ustream feed live right now. Now, if you are like out and about and you just want to listen to the show, if you are driving, just go to 1470 AM, or you can get your iHeartRadio app and just find the AM WNN station and add it to your favorites. And then, every Monday at 7:30 a.m., p.m., 7:30 p.m., and then on the weekends, you can listen to the live feed on your iHeartRadio. Also, remember that you can follow me on Facebook, Alexandra Bello, and you can go to my Vimeo and follow some of the, I would say, Artistic Times video segments. We actually interview artists. It's very interesting. And you can go to ABP TV. It's my channel on Vimeo. And you can follow ABP TV on Instagram. Find me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter on ABP TV. And, let's connect over there. If I have a list of events coming up and you want to know more about them, just hit me up on Facebook and say, hey, I heard you on your show, Artistic Times on the radio, and I want to know more about what's happening in the artistic world this week. This particular week, we have a very interesting convention for those film lovers and filmmakers. So if you happen to be in Miami at the Biltmore Hotel in Coconut Grove, there's something that started today. It's a Miami Media Film Market. So if you're interested in going to pitch ideas to executives, you can go over there. You can register on their website. It's completely free, and you can pick up your badges when you show up. I didn't go today, but I'm going tomorrow morning since 9 to 5, and I'm gonna be with a notebook just taking notes about selling your movie and learning how to, all that stuff. So I'm gonna be there like a full day, and I'm gonna pick up my badge right there. Registering took me like 2 minutes, and it's completely free. So I recommend you to go and check that out, Miami Media Film Market, and go to my Facebook, Alexandra Bello, if you have any more questions. Remember that you can also go to artistictimes.tv if you want to watch the archives for this show, this particular radio show, and you can go to amp2.tv if you want to go and check more shows in this wonderful station. Now, back to you, Kenny. Let's talk about the event that was happening on the whole weekend, which is Tattoo Mania 2 on West Palm Beach.
Yes, it was at the Palm Beach Convention Center. Tattoo Mania is basically what we're doing is we've brought in some of the best tattoo artists in the country and from local. And we put them all in one place so you can come and you can get a great tattoo, from some of the best artists and some of the most respected artists. And then what we did was we got involved with bloomingwithautism.org, and proceeds from the show went to Blooming with Autism, which is a great charity.
Yes, it is.
And what the difference between them and some of the other ones is that they actually give back to the family. They say if you're dealing with a child, or an adult, if you have somebody that's living with autism, they can actually provide you with therapy or learning tools such as iPads and other things like that. So I got involved with that, and I actually made a piece that went on auction. There was a huge auction. $12,000 was raised. It ended up being really good. It was a 3-day event, and we had a car show, we had a beer fest, we had a pinup pageant, a burlesque show. I mean, we had it all. We had a concert.
So you had a burlesque?
Yes.
A burlesque,
burlesque show?
Oh no,
yes.
I missed it. And then you had tattoo
competitions.
Yes. Let me show you my tattoo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we had
Cool.
we had some amazing artists. So with all this going on, we had all these different artists coming in, and they were going onto the stage, and you can see them. And then like I said, we had the concert, which was great. We had some great performers. My brothers actually got to perform their Blue Line, and it was really great to be sitting there in my Mag Shop booth and hear my brother's music playing over the loudspeaker. It was just amazing to me.
And tell me about this event. How can people follow and find this event?
Tattoo Mania WPB.com is how you find it. That's the website. It's the official website. And then they're also on it's under Tattoo Mania on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Everything's under Tattoo Mania WPB. I'm pretty sure everything else is WPB because it's West Palm Beach.
And how can people find you on Instagram and Twitter? Because I know you're very active in social media.
Yes, I'm still working on the Twitter. I don't do enough Twitter. I don't tweet enough.
A lot of people don't.
On Facebook, it's MagChop Art, one word. We use the / MagChop Art. On Instagram, it's going to be MagChop_art, because there is a woman whose name is Maggie, and her Instagram is MagChop. So I'm trying to get my name from her. So you have to go MagChop, MAGCHOP _art for Instagram, and then on Twitter, it's at MagChop.
So you found that one okay?
Yeah, you'll find that one's the easiest one, Twitter.
That's cool. That's cool. Twitter is actually a very interesting tool to market your business.
It
so
is.
Get into it a little bit. Facebook is very engaging to people, but Instagram, from the three of them, Instagram is the most engaging.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, because a lot of artists, they don't like taking pictures of the artwork and uploading it online because they think that people are going to copy their style or something. But if you don't mind it, every time you do something or you're at an event, Instagram it. Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
You
know what?
Let me check your Instagram. Let's see.
Let's see what we got going on. I've gotten to a point now where if they're gonna find a way, if there's a way, they're gonna find it.
Yes.
So you hope for the best. And somebody who really wants something quality, because no matter what, they can take a picture of it, they can print it out, they can put it on a frame. It's not gonna look like one of my frames. And then they can put it on a canvas. It's not going to be one of my canvases.
Of course.
My canvases come with a certificate of authenticity. The Mag Shop logo is embossed in the certificate of authenticity. So you have an authentic Mag Shop piece, not an imitation.
Nice. Now, tell me, what are the plans now for the summer and the fall for you as an artist?
Right now, I'm just starting. I've gotten a lot of requests for a boating and fishing piece, collage. And I'm working on it. I'm probably about 3 weeks into it, and I'm really excited about it because it's coming out really nice and not what I expected. I found some stuff, and I was like, well, I didn't think I would be able to do it. And that's the funny thing is, sometimes I look at them, and I'm like, wow, I don't know if I can put something together like that. When I got requested to do a motorcycle piece, I was nervous about it because I actually went to motorcycle bars and was like, hey, tell me about motorcycle riding, walking in there. And all these guys are patched and, sitting there, and the mantra, of motorcycle clubs, you got Sons of Anarchy, people have a mentality about them, and they're actually just regular guys. A lot of them that I met were really great guys, you know. I don't know what else they do on the side, but when I met them, they were approachable. I said, hi, how you doing? I'm an artist. I'm working on a motorcycle piece. What can you tell me? And it's actually become my most popular piece.
Awesome. Do you recommend artists out there anything to grow their circle, to grow their art, their talent, to train themselves? What do you recommend people that are coming up?
What I'm going to say is this: market yourself. The internet is a great tool, but it is not enough. I'm a very old school person, so I'm going to tell you, you have to do old school networking. Get out there, meet people, talk to people, shake their hands, say hello, give them your card, show them your artwork. That's what you have to do. Let the world see your artwork and let them meet you, because your artwork might be great, but if nobody knows you, if nobody met you, if nobody's
they don't trust you, they're not going to invest in you.
They're not going to. They're not going to look at you for anything.
People still want that personal interaction with other people.
Absolutely.
That is why networking events are so important. We actually have a film carpet coming up at the end of July.
Yes.
And we have a Florida Hampton Table networking event coming up on June 14th. So remember that we have all these wonderful things.
Yeah. The opportunity is here. You just got to go get it.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go get it. I mean, that's why my brothers moved from Chicago to Florida because of the events here in Florida.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of like movie stuff happening in other states, but there's a lot of events happening in Florida.
Florida is the new New York. Florida's especially Miami, South Florida, Broward County has come up very, very big. It's the new LA. It's the new New York. It's where it's going to be. And then we have the weather all year long. So
all year long, this is a blessing. I think living in Florida is a blessing. We have great events. It's true that we have a lot of people that are running from something and they come here and they scam the heck out of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But if you spot them and you share the information, so everybody kind of like stays away from them. I mean, it's a smooth ride.
I tell people,
a smooth ride.
Use common sense. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. You know, use those. You know, everybody's had some type of experience with somebody that's, when you meet them, you're just like, if they rub you the wrong way and you see that, you probably should steer clear. And if they're offering you the world, but they don't seem to be carrying, even the moon in their pocket, then they're probably just shooting your dreams. That's how you identify them right away, because they're going to make a bunch of promises. Realistically, the people that have done the most with me have promised me nothing.
Good. That's important. Now, I want to ask you something. You're going to be involved with films in the future.
Yes.
Do you watch movies that are in the theaters?
You know what? I love to watch movies. I haven't lately because
You've been busy.
I've been so busy, so I don't get the time to be able to do it. I made time to go see Avengers.
Hey, good.
I'm a comic guy, and I'm a comic book fan, so I made time for that, other things like that. I know that, I'm a dark kind of movie. I like, movies like Underworld and things like that.
Of course.
Horror films, suspense. So yes, I love movies. Especially good comedy too.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, I want to thank you, Kenny, for being here. Remember to follow him at MacChop Art on Facebook or MacChop on Twitter. This was Kenneth Riz, Kenny. And you can find his website at macchop.com.
Oh, and I have a gift for you.
Oh, well, let's show it.
This is a portion of Ladies Touch, which is one of my pieces. And I wanted you to have that poster for having me on the show.
I accept it.
Thank you.
With a lot of
and
kindness.
And it's signed. I signed it for you.
And I am humbled. Thank you so much for being on the show. Remember, people, I am Alexadra Bello. Follow me on ABP TV. And this was Artistic Times Radio.
You have been listening to Alexadra Bello from Alexadra Bello Productions and Artistic Times Radio. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 and get informed in the world of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more on the Red Carpet Fashion Show. Join us next week for more red carpet treatment of Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Is your AC unit just blowing warm air, or has it stopped working completely? Call Phil Thomas AC at 954-434-4576. In business in South Florida, 50 years. Family owned and operated. Phil Thomas AC will never sell you an AC unit that you don't need. That's Phil Thomas AC, 954-434-4576.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call-up ever as a member of the National Guard. This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires. Some of the guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Florida National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470, WNN, with more of what you need to know. Tune in for No Bones About It with Dr. Alvin Stein, Tuesday mornings at 11 on South Florida's Health and Wealth Network, AM 1470, WNN. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to Invite Radio. You're about to receive responsible, life-changing information on health and nutrition. You'll hear from Invite professionals who are leaders in targeted and anti-aging nutrition. Get ready for tomorrow's nutritional science today, right here, right now.
Hello, and welcome to Invite Health Radio. My name is Nicole Crane, and I'm the Director of Nutrition at Invite Health Boca Raton. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition, and I'm also a holistic nutrition therapy practitioner. I have 16 years experience with supplements, herbs, and other natural remedies, and I'm really passionate about holistic health and chemical-free living. Nature has given us everything that we need to heal our bodies and our minds and to achieve optimal wellness. And so many times when we don't have optimal health, it can be traced back to something man-made as the cause, whether that's artificial ingredients or chemicals in our food, or man-made toxins in the environment, or sugars and bad fats that weaken the immune system, or just not consuming cultured foods the way most of the other places in the world do. Most of the other cultures in the world have some sort of fermented food that they consume, and here in the U.S. we don't, but we'll talk all about what you can do to replace that. And we're going to talk about how our modern lifestyle not only spreads colds and flus, but about how to support your immune system now in the summertime when you're not as vulnerable. And Mother Nature rarely makes mistakes, so we can count on vitamins and minerals and herbs and other nutrients to restore and to support our wellness. But it could be really hard to navigate the world of holistic health on your own, so I am happy to be your guide. You will find me all day today, all day tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Invite Health Boca Raton. Our address is 2621 North Federal Highway. We are on the west side of Federal of US 1 in the Paseos Plaza. And we're north of Glades and north of 24th Street, and south of Spanish River and south of that light at 32nd Street. And if you have trouble finding us, or if you want to call me and place an order, because we can ship anywhere in the country, so take.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to Invite Radio. You're about to receive responsible, life-changing information on health and nutrition. You'll hear from Invite professionals who are leaders in targeted and anti-aging nutrition. Get ready for tomorrow's nutritional science today, right here, right now.
Hello, and welcome to Invite Health Radio. My name is Nicole Crane, and I'm the Director of Nutrition at Invite Health Boca Raton. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition, and I'm also a holistic nutrition therapy practitioner. I have 16 years experience with supplements, herbs, and other natural remedies, and I'm really passionate about holistic health and chemical-free living. Nature has given us everything that we need to heal our bodies and our minds and to achieve optimal wellness. And so many times when we don't have optimal health, it can be traced back to something man-made as the cause, whether that's artificial ingredients or chemicals in our food, or man-made toxins in the environment, or sugars and bad fats that weaken the immune system, or just not consuming cultured foods the way most of the other places in the world do. Most of the other cultures in the world have some sort of fermented food that they consume, and here in the U.S. we don't, but we'll talk all about what you can do to replace that. And we're going to talk about how our modern lifestyle not only spreads colds and flus, but about how to support your immune system now in the summertime when you're not as vulnerable. And Mother Nature rarely makes mistakes, so we can count on vitamins and minerals and herbs and other nutrients to restore and to support our wellness. But it could be really hard to navigate the world of holistic health on your own, so I am happy to be your guide. You will find me all day today, all day tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Invite Health Boca Raton. Our address is 2621 North Federal Highway. We are on the west side of Federal, of US 1, in the Paseos Plaza. And we're north of Glades and north of 24th Street, and south of Spanish River and south of that light at 32nd Street. And if you have trouble finding us, or if you want to call me and place an order, because we can ship anywhere in the country, so take advantage of the specials that will go today through Wednesday. Or if you have a question about anything in regards to your health, give me a call at 561-367-8646. 561-367-8646. That's the number for Invite Health Boca Raton. And we are a wonderful supplement company. And we make a whole line of natural products that you can really count on to support your health. Our products are pure. We're in total control over all of our manufacturing. We source the highest quality raw materials. We're often using the patented form that has been used in clinical research, which is the best of the best. We don't source anything from China because they have quality control issues, and we don't bring in any cheap ingredients. We're also using the latest technology in manufacturing the product. And we teamed up a couple years ago with Cornell University and a company called Capsugel, and we developed a very special liquid-filled capsule called the LiCap. And that ensures that our liquid products, and most of our products actually, will not oxidize in the bottle. So things like resveratrol and ubiquinol and tocotrienols, these things are all in the LiCap, which allows us to deliver that wonderful, potent, powerful antioxidant at its full strength and at its full potential. We also send all of our products to an independent lab that verify there's no contaminants, there's no herbicides or pesticides or funguses or bacteria. That we're testing genetically that the herb is what it's supposed to be. And we make sure that everything is at the exact correct potency, and that every single thing that we state on the label is there, and nothing more and nothing less. And if you're looking to heal your body, it's really important that you're sourcing very good, high-quality raw materials, just like your food. If you eat junk foods, your body will rebuild you and you'll be made out of junk. If you take junky supplements or supplements that aren't even what they're supposed to be, you get a similar result. But when you choose the highest quality that Invite Health offers you, you're going to have a much better healing effect, and you're going to have a much better effect in maintaining your health for your entire lifespan. So you're going to be maximizing your health span. And you can also come into the store and you can chat with me, and I'll give you my expert advice. So there are quite a few things that separate Invite Health. The first is certainly our quality and how we formulate our products. The second is that you don't have to walk in and deal with 50 kinds of multivitamins and 30 different kinds of calcium and 20 different things for sleep. And we give you one or two or a couple really good versions of whatever that product is. And you also get my custom expert advice. So you can come in and I offer a complimentary consult where you can sit down with me and we can talk about what's going on with your health, and I'll give you my recommendations that are based on your needs and your body and all of the factors that go into choosing a good healing supplement. And this is a live and interactive program, so